What happens when a middle-aged man, way past his prime, becomes the world's most powerful adventurer? The Ossan Newbie Adventurer, trained to death by the most powerful party, became invincible, is not just another fantasy adventure. It's a tale that upends the typical hero's journey by focusing on a protagonist well beyond his prime. The anime, based on a light novel, takes a refreshingly different approach by centering its story around Rick, a middle-aged man who stumbles into the world of adventuring later in life. It's a story about resilience, perseverance, and defying the expectations placed on both one's age and one's potential. From the outset, the anime lures viewers with its seemingly comedic premise. A middle-aged Ossan, which is Japanese for old man trying to make a name for himself in a field typically dominated by the young and strong. But as the episodes progress, it becomes clear that the Ossan Newbie Adventurer is much more than a comedy of errors. It's an exploration of the idea that growth and strength can emerge from the unlikeliest of places. The show cleverly uses Rick's training to emphasize that real power comes not from talent alone, but from enduring hardship, learning from experience, and pushing beyond one's limits. The core of the plot is that Rick dreams of joining the Adventurers Guild, but has gone most of his life without ever unlocking a skill. However, this quickly changes when he's taken under the wing of the world's most powerful adventuring party, a group so elite that their methods of training Rick are borderline inhumane. This type of training somewhat reminds me of what Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z went through, with the exception that Rick has teachers and mentors. They push him to his physical and mental breaking points, leaving him to either adapt or perish. The relentless training sessions, where Rick is literally trained to death every day, bring an intensity to the anime that elevates it beyond simple slapstick humor. Comedy is there, yes, but it's tempered with moments of genuine struggle and growth, which are shown in flashbacks, where we can see how he is constantly battered during training. The show also does not really have a main antagonist. Sure, in the first few episodes, Rick comes across a few generic, proud, and mean characters like Angelica Diarmute, who plays the preliminary baddie role sufficiently, but it's clear that she, as well as her brothers, don't really play an important role in the overall plot, and are disposed after a couple of episodes. The point of the show isn't a battle of good and evil or anything so grand. Rather, it focuses on the journey of Rick and how he navigates his new strength. What's intriguing about the anime is how it challenges the viewer's expectations of a hero. Rick is not a wide-eyed, optimistic youngster with unlimited potential like the mainstream shonen main characters we're accustomed to. He's a man who has missed his prime, stuck in the middle of life and burdened by the pressures of his own failures. His character resonates with audiences who may feel that life's opportunities have passed them by, and this makes his eventual transformation into a powerful adventurer all the more satisfying. The show uses this as a springboard to explore broader themes about aging, perseverance, and self-worth, making it more than just a typical power fantasy. The series' animation captures the exaggerated intensity of Rick's training and the formidable presence of the legendary party members, adding a layer of visual humor that enhances the show's tone. But beneath the flashy battles and absurd training methods is a story that speaks to a universal human experience, the desire to prove oneself and the fear that it might be too late to do so. Rick's journey from receptionist to S-ranked adventurer may be laced with comedy, but the emotional core of the story lies in his struggle to reclaim his sense of purpose. At its heart, the show is a character-driven narrative that revolves around Rick's personal journey. He starts the series as someone who views himself as a failure, stuck in a life that never turned out the way he wanted. It's this sense of missed opportunities and the weight of his unfulfilled ambitions that make Rick such a compelling and relatable protagonist. Rick's character development is the emotional core of the series. His transformation from an average man to a near-invincible adventurer is not just about physical strength. It's about reclaiming his self-worth and rediscovering his sense of purpose. The anime delves deeply into the theme of perseverance, showing that even when you think your prime has passed, growth is still possible. Rick is subjected to brutal, near-lethal training sessions from the most powerful adventuring party in the world, but through these ordeals, he learns to push past his perceived limitations. His strength isn't just the result of the training itself, but of his unyielding determination to prove to himself and to others that he's still capable of greatness. The legendary adventuring party that takes Rick under their wing plays a crucial role in his growth, both as a mentor figure and as a foil to his character. Each member of the party is a master in their respective field, possessing almost godlike power and skill. Yet, despite their overwhelming abilities, they treat Rick as a true apprentice, pushing him to the brink of death not out of cruelty, but to mold him into someone who can stand alongside them. Broston, who is the leader of the party, has a silent strictness about him, and he pushes Rick's physical limits to the max through comically extreme training methods. Aliceret, who is the squad's Loeli figure, polishes Rick's magical ability, as she is a prodigy herself. Their training methods, while extreme, underscore the anime's central theme. True power comes not from raw talent, but from enduring hardship and learning through experience. In many ways, the legendary party serves as a metaphor for life's hardest lessons, the ones that seem impossible to overcome at first, but ultimately lead to the most significant growth. Another key theme in the series is the idea of second chances. Rick's journey is a testament to the fact that it's never too late to pursue your dreams, even if you've been beaten down by life. His age, far from being a hindrance, becomes a symbol of his resilience. The show subtly challenges the traditional notion that adventuring or achieving greatness in any field is reserved for the young. Rick's success isn't just about physical strength, it's about the wisdom and perseverance that come with age and experience. The anime taps into a universal fear, that of wasted potential, and the fear that we've missed our moment to shine, and offers a hopeful message in return. As long as you're willing to put in the work, it's never too late to change your fate. The relationships Rick forms with the party members are equally important to his development. Each of them embodies different aspects of power and success, offering Rick and the audience a broader understanding of what it means to be strong. Their mentorship isn't just about brute force, but about teaching Rick to believe in himself and push past the limits he once thought defined him. Rick's journey reflects the idea that power isn't something that comes easily or quickly. It's earned through struggle, resilience, and a willingness to face your fears head on. Through its characters and themes, the anime offers a poignant reminder that even the most unlikely of heroes can become invincible when they refuse to give up. Still on the matter of relationships, we see a close bond between Rick and Rionette, who is a dark elf and Rick's assistant and companion. Despite her demure and calm behavior, she is known as the Guillotine Sword Maiden, a powerful member of the party. She is open to her feelings when it comes to Rick, and can often be seen encouraging him out of his self-deprecating thoughts. While the story is centered around Rick's growth and personal struggles, the anime does a decent job in its visual presentation of battles, training scenes, and the larger-than-life powers of the legendary adventurers. The animation style, while nowhere near groundbreaking, is vivid and crisp, giving life to both the more comedic moments and the intense action scenes that drive much of the narrative forward. The animators have clearly paid attention to the progression of his fighting style, from the awkward, unsure movements of a man out of his depth to the confident, almost invincible strikes of a seasoned adventurer. This transition is subtle at first, but becomes more pronounced as Rick pushes himself through the relentless training session. The viewer can see, quite literally, how Rick's body and mind adapt to the immense pressure he's under, culminating in nicely choreographed fight sequences that highlight his newfound strength. The action in the series is further elevated by the use of creative and exaggerated visual effects during combat. Each member of the legendary party has their own distinct fighting style, and the animation ensures that their powers feel larger than life. Rick still has to go on his journey to match their prowess. As Rick is repeatedly trained to death, the animation often portrays the sheer brutality of his training in an over-the-top, almost absurd way, balances the intense moments with humor, reminding the audience that this is still, at its core, a fun and lighthearted story. Another strength of the anime's presentation is its tone, which deftly shifts between comedy, action, and deeper, emotional moments. The series knows how to use humor to break up the tension, often poking fun at Rick's status as an Ossan trying to keep up with the younger, more experienced adventurers. This comedic element prevents the anime from becoming too heavy-handed, even during the more intense training montages or dramatic moments of personal reflection. The show embraces its absurd premise. After all, the idea of being trained to death is inherently ridiculous, but it never lets the humor undercut the sincerity of Rick's journey. The result is a balance between lightheartedness and gravity that makes the anime enjoyable without sacrificing its emotional depth. Together with a fitting soundtrack, the visual and auditory elements of the anime create a captivating viewing experience that keeps audiences invested in both the action and the emotional journey. The show leaves a lasting impression on its viewers, not just because of its entertaining action and humor, but because of its new approach to the shonen genre. At first glance, it may seem like a simple power fantasy. An older, overlooked man suddenly becomes one of the strongest adventurers in the world. But the anime sheds a lot of the naivety that usually accompanies main characters for more mainstream anime. Take Asta in Black Clover, for example. He too finds himself in an underdog situation and has to train really hard to become someone of note. In his journey, there are several scenes where you can understand that he's just a vibrant kid with a goal. However, Rick's journey isn't just about gaining strength, but about reclaiming his identity, finding his place in a world that had once left him behind. Personally, what makes the show stand out is its usage of an older protagonist who shows maturity and is less loud than most other protagonists in similar shows. Sure, Rick does act really vibrant sometimes, but that's more retrained. The show also doesn't shy away from addressing the doubts, regrets, and struggles that come with middle age. Rick's character arc serves as a reminder that self-improvement and personal growth are not limited by age. His success, after years of feeling like a failure, offers hope to anyone who has ever felt stuck or unfulfilled in their life. In a media landscape dominated by young, idealistic heroes like Deku from My Hero Academia and basically every other mainstream protagonist, Rick's story provides a refreshing alternative. It's a reminder that second chances are possible and that it's never too late to pursue your dreams, no matter how long they've been dormant. It challenges conventional ideas of what it means to be a hero. Rick is not a young prodigy, nor is he driven by a pure sense of justice or a desire for glory. He's a man who has been beaten down by mediocrity and who feels like he's wasted his best years. Yet, through sheer willpower and perseverance, he's able to rise above his circumstances and become someone greater than he ever imagined. His story is less about natural talent and more about the power of resilience. This shift in focus from the innate giftedness of traditional heroes to the hard-earned strength of someone who has struggled offers a more relatable and inspiring narrative for a broader audience. The series also offers a subtle commentary on the idea of invincibility itself. While Rick becomes physically invincible through his training, the anime suggests that true invincibility comes from a person's mindset and their ability to keep moving forward, even when the odds are stacked against them. You can see this in early episodes where, despite being extremely strong compared to other guild members, he still feels like he's below par and often underrates himself. Rick's journey reminds viewers that strength is not just about being unbeatable in battle. It's about overcoming the battles within, whether those battles are against doubt, regret, or fear of failure. In the end, the Ossan Newbie Adventurer is more than just a story about an older man gaining immense power. It's a narrative about redemption, second chances, and the enduring human spirit. Through Rick's journey, the anime taps into universal themes of self-worth, perseverance, and the pursuit of fulfillment, all while keeping its tone light and its action thrilling. The series delivers a decent emotional punch that lingers after the final credits roll, reminding viewers that it's never too late to become the person you were meant to be. Whether you're drawn to the intense action or the personal growth storyline, the Ossan Newbie Adventurer leaves its mark, standing tall as both an entertaining adventure and a thoughtful meditation on life's endless possibilities.